Is this the best buddy ever? O-Gauge Budd RDC models through the years on this episode of Toy Train Tips and Tricks.
Hello again, this is Mike, and I recently acquired this RMT Buddy Budd RDC car, and I have to say I'm very impressed. But before I get into the specifics about this RMT car, let's take a look at, first of all, what is a Budd RDC car, and secondly, what are some of the other models that have been offered in O-Gauge over the years of this rather unique design.
Well, by the early 1930s, it was becoming evident to North American railroads that passenger revenue was declining steadily on most routes. As America's growing road network and later airline travel became more and more of a threat to rail travel, railroads and manufacturers alike began searching in earnest for ways to both minimize passenger rail costs and to make rail travel more appealing and more competitive. Among the early efforts were new diesel-powered streamliners, promising lower fuel and maintenance costs for the railroads. In addition to a futuristic look to appeal to passengers, new train sets like the Pioneer Zephyr, the Flying Yankee, and the City of Salina grabbed headlines and were moderately successful at stopping the financial hemorrhaging on at least some passenger rail routes. World War II gave passenger rail a short reprieve, as the combination of wartime logistics and fuel rationing made rail travel a virtual requirement rather than an option. But after the war, Americans often celebrated their freedom by taking to the roads and to the skies rather than to the rails, and so the search continued for newer, cheaper ways for railroads to move passengers. In 1949, the Budd Company, already a pioneer in the modern passenger train movement with their development of lightweight passenger cars and diesel streamliners, introduced the rail diesel car, sometimes also called Buddliners. The rail diesel car, or RDC, was based on an 85-foot stainless steel passenger car design, but included a pair of 250-horsepower diesel engines mounted under the floor, and controls at each end for bidirectional operation. The RDC cars could operate independently, or use multiple unit control to lash several RDCs into a single train. The RDCs were designed to be more economical than a traditional locomotive and car set, easier to maintain, and have faster turnaround times at terminals. Budd envisioned the RDCs to be useful on low-traffic passenger lines, much like the gas-electric rail cars of a generation before, and also in urban commuter service. RDCs were offered in several configurations, including passenger-only versions and those with various combinations of passenger, baggage, and/or mail compartments. Between 1949 and 1962, nearly 400 Budd RDC cars were built, most of them for North American service, and many are still operable today on tourist lines and in museums. In the O-Gauge model world, AMT was the first to introduce a mass-produced Budd RDC in 1953, decorated in 4 road names. The small but scrappy Indiana firm had already beaten Lionel to the punch with streamlined passenger cars and scale-sized 40-foot boxcars, and the Budd car was yet another example of David getting a jump on Goliath. AMT's Budd cars were based on their existing passenger car tooling, and like most O-Gauge Budds, they were short of scale length. The models are highly prized by collectors today. Unlike other AMT models whose tooling is still produced today, such as in the form of Menards boxcars, these AMT Budds have never been reproduced by any other firm. Lionel responded to its challenger in 1956, introducing the number 400 Baltimore, Ohio Budd car. Lionel's version included new tooling for the shell, but it rode on a modified GP7 frame, including the non-prototypical EMD-style Blomberg trucks. Lionel's powered models also included a horn. In 1957, Lionel added the number 404 powered RDC-4 type passenger and baggage RDC, and 2 non-powered cars, the number 2559 passenger version and the number 2550 baggage version. Cataloged until 1958, Lionel's post-war Budd cars were only available decorated for Baltimore and Ohio, which had a sizable fleet of Budds in real life. In the MPC era, Lionel revived the RDC post-war style cars in B&O, Amtrak, and Canadian National versions. Due to their length, Lionel's Budd cars are designed for use on O31 and larger curves. The most desirable versions are the non-powered 2550 and 2559 models, as they were very limited in production. Marx also joined the Budd car party in 1956 with a model decorated for the Boston and Maine, which also rostered a fleet of Budd cars in real life. The Marx version of the RDC was simpler and cheaper than either Lionel's or AMT's, and was very short of scale length and had somewhat of a boxy appearance. Available only as a powered unit, the Marx Budd car used the same motor and trucks as their E7 model, which is, of course, completely wrong for the Budd car, but the model looked and operated just fine on tighter O27 curves. Marx listed the Budd car through 1959, but it apparently did not sell well, as good examples are difficult to find today. But in the world of toy trains, models are seldom gone forever.
I'd like to pause a moment and ask that if you're enjoying the video so far, please like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel so that YouTube knows that you like this type of content. And you may even consider supporting the channel financially through a membership. Membership have access to exclusive video content, early access to videos when available, plus extra messages, photos, shout-outs, and more. Thank you to members for helping to keep the trains running and the videos rolling. And regardless of whether you're a member, a subscriber, or just a regular viewer, thank you for your support. Now, back to the video.
In 1992, K-Line resurrected the old Marx RDC tooling and produced a series of Budd sets in a variety of road names. With improved and modernized lighting, can motors, and new trucks and drive mechanism similar to K-Line's Alco FA models, these models looked and ran better than the Marx originals, and they can usually be acquired for less than a good-condition Marx model. When K-Line ceased operations, the original Marx and K-Line RDC car tooling was acquired by Ready Made Trains, or RMT, who made several more improvements to the models, including directional lighting with flashing strobes and red marker lights, twin-can motors, and details like chains on the end rails, separately applied handrails, and motorman figures at the controls. While the original Marx heritage was apparent, the RMT Buddy was a substantially different model than its half-century-old ancestors in the early 2000s. In 2014, RMT announced that the firm was going out of business, and it began liquidating remaining inventory in its warehouse. Shortly thereafter, however, new arrangements were made to keep the firm operating, as they are today. But sadly, the line of locomotives, including the classic Beep, Beef, Bang, and the RDC Buddy, was discontinued. With twin motors and traction tires, the RMT Buddy cars could outpull many O27 diesels, although they would never have pulled more than other RDCs or a passenger car or two in real life. But hey, it's your railroad, run what you want. Another cool feature of the RMT Buddy is the option to not only disable the electronic reverse unit for forward-only operation, but also the choice to separately disable the directional lighting feature, always designating one end as the front and the other as the rear. Some later RMT diesel models included a wiring harness to connect multiple diesels together as one unit, but this model does not include that feature. Of course, RMT was not the only firm resurrecting the old Budd car dies. Also in the 2000s, Williams Trains produced carbon copy clones of Lionel's post-war RDC tooling in an assortment of road names. Like the RMT models, these Williams Budd cars included updated can motors, improved lighting, and digital horn and bell sounds, although they kept Lionel's Blomberg-style trucks. And as with Lionel's Budds, O27 operators were left out of the fun, as these models were too long to navigate O27 turnouts. Fans of the Budliners had another option in the 2010s, as MTH introduced a line of Rail King Budd cars with all new tooling. While highly detailed and sporting prototypical trucks, these models were still significantly short of scale length in order to navigate O-gauge curves. In the 2020s, Lionel elevated their Budd cars to a new status. Upgraded Lionel Budd cars joined the Lion Chief Plus line, with improved body details, new prototypically correct trucks, lights, sound, smoke, and of course, Lionel's Lion Chief Plus command control system. These modern marvels have been offered decorated in several traditional schemes, plus Polar Express and even Christmas offerings. More than 75 years after the first Budd RDC car made its public debut, and nearly as long since the first O-gauge models were produced, these neat passenger units are more popular today than ever. It appears that the Budd RDC car will be with us in O-gauge for many years to come, and that's a good thing. So keep the trains running, and we'll catch you next time with more toy train tips and tricks.